What's going on, fellas? Micro Center just sent this over to me to review. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just got it. My brother and sister are here. They're going to help me test it for a review. Definitely want to thank the people over at Micro Center. But we're here. It just finally arrived. We're going to hook it up to my Pi 4 Atari image, get it set up, have some fun with it, and let you guys know what we think. But I'm finally able to get this. Been waiting for it for a couple of weeks. It's here. I'm excited. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys, so we finally have the brand new Atari Fightstick from Micro Center. Got it shipped today. One of the reps sent it over to us to review. So we're definitely going to open this up and get a full review on it. And the cool thing is my brother and sister, who are really familiar with the trackball settings and playing games such as Centipede, they're here today. I'm going to have them play it, get their initial thoughts. They were actually just testing out the Atari Fightstick that I bought last year. Had a chance to finally get it into their hands so they could play with it. They absolutely love it. So this is the brand new one. Goes for $200, currently exclusively at Micro Center. So let's just go ahead and open it up and unbox it. And if you guys are looking for a Pi 4 image for Atari, I do have one. But of course, again, Micro Center does sell the Atari 3B Plus images for things like this. And the other big takeaway from this particular unit, if you look very closely, they are now using volcano buttons for the turbo mode. And this particular unit also has 8 buttons instead of the standard 3, which was on the previous Micro Center Atari unit. So let's go ahead and open this up and take a quick look at it. Oh, this thing is nice. I've been anxiously waiting for this ever since you guys saw me post that video. This comes with, we'll take that out. Obviously it has something on it. Oh yeah, we're gonna bring this out. All right, so as you can see, this brand new first look, nice and shiny too. Oh my God, that trackball. You guys hear that? Oh my God. That thing is smooth as butter. So the other one felt really great. However, I don't know, you're standing here. What do you think about this trackball compared to the one you just played? And this is the second time just touching it. What do you think?
That's nice. What was this button for on the side?
For pinball.
Oh, sweet. Oh, no, that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing is smooth like butter. All right, so we have...
Those are old school buttons, too.
Yeah, these are volcano buttons on here. So we have 8 buttons on here for fighting games. Now, as you guys know, the last time I used a unit like this, where's that? Yeah, so the USB cord goes into the back. It also has a handle on here. This thing probably weighs about a couple of pounds. You got buttons on the side of this particular unit for pinball, but this is your all-in-one, all-around fight stick. I haven't seen anything else quite like this one. Looks really nice. The buttons feel really great. Very similar to what they've used in the other units. But the cool thing about this one, because it has 8 buttons, I can use my Chrono Zen or my Titan 2 adapter, hook this up to my Xbox and play games like Killer Instinct and Mortal Kombat, because those games require, well, at least Mortal Kombat anyway, like Mortal Kombat 11 requires the additional buttons. So, everything looks great. Obviously, you guys will see me hook this up later on in my other further review. But we are going to test this out right now, get this thing hooked up ASAP, because we can't wait to get in there. Hopefully this should integrate right now directly into my Pi 4 image that I already have for Supreme Ultra. Let's go ahead and hook it up, and I don't know, what do you think?
Honestly,
Come feel it. You haven't even touched it.
I didn't touch. No, I haven't touched it yet. Hello, I'm Keo's nephew. But yeah, honestly, this is real nice. It does have the old school volcano buttons, and yes, the additional buttons it can also use for Tekken as well. So for Mortal Kombat and all the other games too, and Street Fighter. So
does Tekken need 8 buttons?
Certain buttons, yeah, because you can add additional buttons to it to make the moves easier. Because some people like to just do the actual input, or some people have it set up to a certain way. for they can use certain moves and like King's combos, attacks, and all that stuff. Because his chain combos is insane.
Right, now keep in mind, this is only advertised to work for the Pi 3B Plus, the Pi 4, your PC, PlayStation 3. Remember, out of box, this unit does not work for Xbox 360 and Xbox One, but however, you can get those additional gaming adapters and making it all-around unit, so you can use that for this. Now, I'm really curious to find out, because this looks like it only has one plug-in, and this looks like the other Ori fight sticks that I have, where you have to, you know what? Maybe I should go get a screwdriver and open this thing up so people can see it. I'll open it up for you guys. But I'm wondering if everything is wired into one board, and will the Xbox 360 and Xbox One recognize the trackball? Because that is something I've been trying to get to work, because you guys know a lot of retro games are on the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One. So it would be nice to see if we can get some of these type of accessories working directly. So we shall see if everything is integrated into one board, or does it read it as two different sources. But we will find out. Let me go get a screwdriver and let's crack this open. We'll take a quick look at it. All right, sweet. So let's go ahead and crack this thing open for a bit. I just want to see if this is all wired together. This looks very similar to a Mad Catz or Ori controller, based on its form factor. Sounds like your dad in there is still losing, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that figures. But I'm glad all you guys were here when this arrived, so that way you guys can see it and get your opinions on both the Atari fight sticks. Push that door up. Yeah, we're not going to disassemble anything. Alrighty. So here we have our first look. I just want to see how this one's wired together. So it looks like we have a brand new encoder board. You can go ahead and just move in on that just a little bit. Not sure what that is. We have two buttons here on the side. That's for pinball. And everything, no, goes in here. This is running here. Everything comes directly into the encoder board. So where is this go? Okay. Yeah, everything is running directly into the encoder board. So depending upon this encoder board, I want to see if the trackball will work with the Xbox and Xbox 360. We know this will obviously work for retro games. As you guys can see here, maybe they will start selling Raspberry Pi units in the future where they're going to be mounted. So as you guys know, with the previous Atari Fight Stick from Micro Center, this is where they would typically mount the Raspberry Pi. So they do have your standoffs for that. But everything in here looks really nice. Everything's organized. But the only thing that's really changed is this brand new encoder board. Now, they did tell me that they were going to stop using some of the Zimmo encoder boards. They're going to start using some other ones eventually, and possibly start drop shipping from Micro Center as far as the buttons and joysticks. So you guys should look for that from Micro Center in the future. So let's go ahead and get this hooked up and tested. But what do you think?
That looks pretty solid.
Yeah. I mean, I know you don't know too much.
I mean,
about
it doesn't look
this,
like it's going to explode, which is good.
Right. But do you like the feel of it? I mean, what do you think?
Yeah,
I know you're not a big retro gamer, but did you play on this?
yeah.
All right. Well, let's get you hooked
Retro,
up.
I do retro games.
Yeah, my nephew here, he's, what are you now, like 15 or something?
14. I turned 15 in October.
Well, he's 14, so he's not hip on the whole retro gaming scene, so...
I'm kind of hurt. I grew up on old stuff.
Yeah. Well, we'll get you hooked up, so... I like to get everybody's ideas or opinions, because if you're a consumer and, you have young kids out there maybe around the same age, it's always good to get an opinion or view from the same demographics, so...
Yeah, some stuff like TikTok is also bringing back stuff years gone.
Right. All right, so let's go ahead and get this hooked up, and we'll jump into some gameplay. All right, so before we move into some gameplay, I want to give you guys a brief comparison between the two Atari Fight Sticks. This one here is the new Atari Fight Stick, and then the one to my left is the previous model that's dual player. Again, as I said, the trackball feels like butter. In fact, I believe the trackball on the new Atari Fightstick is an optical trackball compared to the previous one that Micro Center sold. Now, the biggest differences between the two is the new one is a little smaller in diameter, as well as the original one. It kind of symbolizes or more or less resembles the actual arcade feel. Now, I do prefer the one on the new Atari stick. I mean, it is just it's slick. I mean, I can't say it enough. It just feels like butter. But the other one feels more like a actual authentic trackball, even though I get better performance from the newer one. But again, it's just a matter of preference. But I definitely wanted to showcase both of them side by side so you guys can hear the differences between the two. Now, another thing I definitely want to add, both the trackballs, the RGB trackball from Glenn's Retro Show, the GRS trackball, and the one that they are using here in the Atari unit, I believe they are both of the same brand type. They're both made by GRS, but I believe the one that uses RGB has a web camera inside, and the red one has an optical lens in it in order to read. If you guys are familiar with the old Microsoft mouses, the optical mouses, it kind of resembles that a little bit. But all in all, yeah, they are made by GRS as far as the spinner and the trackball. So if you guys are familiar with those products, you'll definitely be happy with this selection. Now, another cool feature about this fight stick, you can use it as an actual mouse for your computer desktop selection. Now remember, I am using a Biolin encoder, and it reads the mouse functions very perfectly.
That is unfortunate.
Now the cool thing about this fight stick is it's really versatile. In fact, it's pretty much plug and play compatible. I am using the front end called CoinOps, and I'm playing Pinball FX3. I have the buttons on the side configured for my left and right bumper, and the top button is my coin button and also start. You can see just how simple it is just to go ahead and get this installed and get it set up and running.
Your affinity for guns is apparent.
All saves activated. All closed.
Now next up, we're going to play a game called Arachnoid 2. I wanted to test the spinner on this. The spinner spins freely. It doesn't catch. Again, this is another one made by the GRS line that is used in this Atari Fight Stick. Feels really great. I had a request from somebody in the community to test a few of the games out. Only had the chance to test out a couple of games, but so far no complaints. But other than that, everything felt really good playing this game. Now, I do have the sensitivity turned all the way up for this game. I just wanted to make sure everything was kind of free-flowing. I'm not familiar with the actual emulation speed in terms of how the spinner should react for this particular game, but I don't have any concerns about it. But again, that's really easy to adjust, but overall it feels great. Okay, so here's a quick diagram included in the manual for the Atari Fight Stick, and I highly suggest you guys keep this on hand until you get used to all the functions. In fact, I've been using this now for a couple of weeks and I still don't have them memorized. But again, in order to change the modes or the functions on this Fight Stick, you need to hold down one of 3 different buttons in conjunction with the mode button. And either one of these configurations can change it between keyboard operation to PlayStation to gamepad. So again, these are the functions you definitely do not want to change if you plan on using this for RetroPie, because if you start a game and you try to change this mode, the joystick goes a little haywire. But if you go ahead and adjust the functions or select the mode you want before you start the game, you'll be fine. Just make sure you don't do it after you start the game. I've had a few instances where I had to unplug it and plug it back in, and then everything was okay. But again, everything here is pretty much straightforward. You also have your turbo button here if you want to enable all of your buttons to be turbo or just one specifically. But again, this little manual is very handy. Make sure you keep it on hand for quite some time until you get used to all the functions. Sometimes even navigating through coin ops, I had to navigate or switch modes so that way certain buttons and functions were recognizable. In fact, if you do put it on certain modes, the joystick won't move left or right. However, if you switch it back to gamepad or put it back on keyboard, I believe it is, then everything will work out just fine. So again, there's nothing wrong with your unit. Don't freak out if that happens to you. Just make sure you memorize the mode button. It's very key and it's very important, because you could spend a few hours or a few minutes just trying to navigate or remember what mode you have it on. So this manual will come in handy. Do not throw it away, because if you do, I'm not sure if there's another one online, but again, you guys can take a screenshot of this. But it's very key and imperative you remember what your mode functions are in order to get the best compatibility for your gameplay. Now, last but not least, we have our fighters, which is primarily an ideal for what you'll probably be getting this Atari Fightstick for. Now keep in mind, I think the last video I did with this, somebody was asking me why was it moving so much around in my last video, but keep in mind I have this on a small dinner tray just for the sake of this video. But other than that, this is a pretty sturdy device, so if you guys see this moving around a lot, I get into my stuff, so that's probably why it would be moving around a lot. But overall, in closing, I don't have any complaints about this. In fact, this is probably the best retro gaming device or gaming device I've tested in a very long time, where I had no complaints about it, no issues whatsoever. I mean, this is a sheer winner in my books. It has tons of expandability options. It definitely far outweighs the other previous model. The other one feels great, but keep in mind this one has 8 buttons as opposed to 6, so you can use it. If I can get this hooked up for Xbox or Xbox One, I will be able to use this for additional games on those systems. But again, it comes included with a trackball and a spinner. I've talked to some of you online who say, yeah, I can go ahead and upgrade that, whatever, get the modify the 2-in-1 Atari Fightstick, so it has the trackball and the spinner. But this comes with everything, and it also comes with that additional Bailion, I hope I'm saying that word correctly, a USB encoder. They are moving away from the Zenmo encoders. Now, that's another key plus, because with the Zenmo encoders, you had an additional script that you had to install for RetroPie. But all that, you don't need it. This is pretty much plug and play, compatible with RetroPie and PC. And this also will work with Android and Mac as well. I hope I haven't forgotten to mention that earlier. But this unit gets 100 in my book, or 10 out of 10. No complaints, no concerns. I love it. So I hope you guys really trust this review. I'll probably post a couple more in regards to this, but I absolutely love this product. I mean, there's no issues with it, no complaints. If I had to change anything, I wasn't really feeling the brown aspect of it at first, but I can change it up. I like it. It's a little different. And then the other concern I had is there is a little board inside for the Raspberry Pi unit. It has some brackets for that. I'm not sure if that's a Micro Center thing or the developer, the manufacturer who made this fight stick just went ahead and threw it in there. But again, there is a bracket for that. However, I don't think this is intended to have a Raspberry Pi in it, because there's nothing that would run from the inside to the outside, because it only has that little port for the USB. But all in all, again, I love this unit. No complaints about it whatsoever. Again, I give it a 10 out of 10. It's absolutely perfect. So again, guys, this is Keel Daikin. Consider subscribing to the channel. Hope to see you guys later. It's been a very long day here. I've been doing a lot of testing on this, but I definitely wanted to hurry up and get this out there because it's been about 3 weeks now since I've had it. And again, definitely want to thank Glenn from Glenn Retro Show for sending me some stuff to test out, as well as the representatives from Micro Center for sending this over for review. So I hope you guys all have a great night. Catch you guys later. Peace. Bye-bye. Man. So yeah, you could mod this, put on a 1-up turbo feature, but you know what? You could do that on those regular arcade sticks and stuff. You don't need, as far as accessing the turbo, that's a standard feature with a lot of the encoders. But I don't think a lot of people use it though. Only that I know of. Oh, you know what? Forget you. I don't know if you guys ever heard about that rumor that Chun-Li could throw her bracelet in this game, but that was a huge rumor growing up when I was a kid that she could throw it. A lot of people thought she could throw it because when she throws that punch, her fist turns white. So, yeah, a lot of people thought that was a rumor that she had a gun. I mean, there was some crazy rumors about this game when I was a kid growing up. Yeah, you gotta love this. Alright, let's bounce out, play another game really quick. Now, there is a way, again, as I said, to switch back and forth to different modes, which would either enable the PlayStation 3 controls, a regular keyboard, or whatever. I'm not going to do any of that right now because my controls are set, so we'll just hit exit on the keyboard. But it is quick on the fly once you get it memorized. And this will probably be the final thing I do here because I got to get in the bed. But I definitely want to thank you guys for joining. I never playing live streams really, or too much, because I like to be predictable. This game controls. Oh my god, what the heck? Alright. And where is the coin button for this? Where's my coin button? Come on. Let's see, game cheats, general controls. No. You know what? Do I have the turbo button still on? Hope I don't. Oh crap. That's why none of this is working. Da-da-da.
Ataris. Let's see what button does what. Oh no. There we go. I was wondering, where's my super? Oh crap. There we go. This is awesome fight stuff. Come on, where's my meeting power? About time. You know, I love the Japanese version better because it allows you to use all your health for your mutant power. It doesn't require that little blue orb. But I think the best remix or remake for the X-Men game was the one they released on Xbox Live many years ago. Man, when that thing came out, everybody was on there. I mean, you can instantly find a 6-player game. And that's when I first found out about the Japanese ROM. But, yo, when that game hit, everybody was on playing X-Men. See, if this is the Japanese version, it would have just taken away that extra life. Well, actually, no, you keep it, but have a good night, Keo. Nice catching you live. Yeah, let's see a match. Hey, Kong, what's going on? Alright, guys, I will have more of this Atari Fightstick later here on in the week, hopefully. I'm going to give you guys a full impressive review that does a little bit more than just take the thing out of the box. Because the best part about it is you want to get this chance to see what else could you use it with, you know? And that's kind of how the person I am. You know, I don't like buying a bunch of stuff just to leave it in the corner. You know, have it look nice, but like full compatibility. So, with that being said, you guys all have a great night. Thank you guys for watching this late hour. I'll catch you later. Peace.